In case you missed it, here's what happened on August 8th in under 3 minutes, because this isn't a pile of random headlines. This is a coordinated message about power control and the slow dismantling of the very document that's supposed to protect you, the Constitution. So let's start in Texas, where the House again failed to meet quorum. Now, that's not just a scheduling problem. That's lawmakers using the rules to stop a bad bill. But the governor's threat? He's talking about adding more seats to an already gerrymandered map to tilt elections permanently. That's an assault on Article 1, Section 2's principle of fair representation and the Voting Rights Act protections that are supposed to stop this kind of manipulation. Meanwhile, the Texas Attorney General is pushing to remove 13 absent Democrats from office entirely. Let's think about that, punishing elected representatives for using lawful tactics. That's a direct hit on First Amendment protections for political speech and protest. Plus, it undermines the separation of powers by weaponizing the executive branch against the legislative branch. And while Texas plays hardball at home, overseas, the U.S. envoy to Israel openly taunted UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer and compared Gaza to the Dresden bombing. This isn't diplomacy, it's propaganda on the world stage, and they're muddying America's treaty obligations under Article 2 and risking violations of international law that Congress has not authorized. Back in Texas again, Democrats are blasting law enforcement for intimidating a family member at their home. Now, that's not just ugly politics, it's a potential violation of Fourth Amendment protections against harassment and unlawful intrusion. Then we learned that Dean Kanyas, Superman himself, is now an honorary agent of ICE. Sure, it's symbolic, but symbols matter. It blurs the line between official federal power and political theater, which is dangerous when ICE already pushes the limits of the Fifth Amendment's due process rights. Next, bombshell, Trump quietly signed an order authorizing U.S. law enforcement activities in foreign country. Yeah, without congressional approval. Now, that's a massive separation of powers violation under Article 1, Section 8, and a direct bypass of the Posse-Comitatus Act, limits on domestic militarization. And finally, here's a quieter but equally dangerous move. The Energy Secretary says they're updating old climate reports. Now, that sounds harmless until you realize it could be data manipulation if the government alters factual historical records. That violates the Federal Records Act and the public's First Amendment right to petition and access truthful information. None of this is isolated. It's a coordinated game plan to concentrate power, weaken oversight, and condition you to accept that the rules don't matter.